How many coats of paint do I use on the exterior of my homes? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
We use 2 coats of paint.
Well, you say 2, but you're only holding up 1 finger.
So which is it, 1 or 2?
Oh, I'm sorry if I confused you. We use 2 coats of paint.
Go ahead and ask your builder for 2 coats and make sure they put those coats on properly, because I promise you don't want to get into this job. That's repainting your house. Painting is a lot of work and you don't want to do it. On this house, they've added an addition to an older section. What we have is a garage with apartment above. As you can see here, they've taken off quite a few layers of paint over the years. Just added on. This home's probably 50 years old right here. They never did really sand it down all the way. Down here you see that they've already power sanded. The guys have been here working hard, and that's really what you need to do to the wood. You need it clean and dry. It almost looks like new over here, and that's what you need before you paint, because you want a good clean surface for the paint to stick to. Over on this side, they've added some new wood in it, and as you can see, it looks really nice. It is clean, it is dry. They'll get any loose particles off of it, but it needs to dry out on the house. If it's green wood, you don't need to paint it. You need to wait a week and let it really dry out, especially if it rains or there's high humidity. Let the wood dry before you put the paint on, or it'll start flaking off in the first year. Over here, they've gone ahead and added the primer to it, and primer is really good to use. A lot of people like to just throw up 1 or 2 layers of paint, but the primer really makes the paint stick, really adhere to the wall itself. So it's a good idea to go ahead and put on the primer. It's a little extra work, a little extra money, but the paint's going to last a lot longer, and you're not going to be back out doing this again. Now let's go around to the front of the house. Now when you get around detailed trim work, like around the windows, there is a lot of handwork that has to be done to get this sanded down and cleaned up, but you need to go ahead and do it. Even though it's not an easy, flat, smooth surface, you've got to get it clean. You got to work that sandpaper in there, get a nice job before you put on your primer. When you select your colors, there's just thousands of choices. You can have actually any color mix that you like, so you can match any look that you want on the front of your house. But there's normally 3 different finishes. Here we've got a sample of the 3. We've got flat, semi-gloss, and gloss. Now they're all exactly the same color, but they look a little different because of the different finishes on them. Normally flat works on the big flat surfaces. Here we have a brick home, so we wouldn't use much of that. We use the gloss on the detail work, like your trim work, anywhere where you really need something to pop out. Now when it comes to types of paint to use, there's latex and there's oil-based paint. I prefer a latex when you're working on the house because the latex will actually apply much easier. It doesn't blister and peel the way oil-based paints do. It doesn't have that odor. Plus it's much easier for touch-up. If you're getting a little crazy and you miss a spot and you need to come back, the latex will blend right in. It won't show up the way the oil base will wherever you do a touch-up. Plus, when you wash your clothes or wash your hands, it's much easier to get the latex off than it is an oil-based paint. And it's nicer for the environment. Now let's go around back and see a quick way to put the paint on the house. Now your home builder will probably paint your house with the spray rig. The reason why is you can cover a lot of area in a small amount of time, and it leaves a good, clean, even surface on your home, and that's really what you want. Now if you use a spray rig yourself, there's a few things you need to remember. Can I borrow your gun there? Keep the gun perpendicular to the wall. Whether you're going up and down or side to side, it needs to be perpendicular to get the smooth, even surface. And always stop at the ends. When you get up and you're about to go down, release the trigger. You don't want globs to build up there, so only hold the trigger when you're going up and down or side to side, but let go when you're on the end of the run, and then start back when you're moving the other direction. One other thing to remember, always wear white. Painters always wear white because you can bleach your clothes, and you get in a lot of trouble with your spouse if you're wearing dark clothes. Remember, make sure that you have your home painted properly so you can do this as little as possible in the future.